I wanted to tell you a bit more about my French lessons because I think it's going to be useful for you to get a better understanding of what to look for in a teacher. So my teacher seems good. There are some great things about her and some not so great things. So the great things are that she realizes the importance of practice, mainly speaking, but she'll probably add writing in the future as well. It's been just one-on-one lesson, so it's too soon to judge. That's great. And she's just a really nice person, and she's very receptive to feedback and suggestions. So those are some excellent things. She also realizes the importance of grammar, which is an unpopular opinion, but is definitely the only reasonable one. I fucking hate it when people are like, oh, grammar is not important. You just need to speak. Duh. Oh, morons. Seriously. Without grammar, you can't do anything. You can learn some chunks and use them, but you will never move past a certain point. You will always be a person who's like, oh, I'm kind of stuck. Oh, I've plateaued. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so back to my point. She realizes that grammar is paramount to your ability to, there's the fox, to learn the language, to be able to use the language. So that's great. On the more negative side of things, let me show you the stuff around. I'll show you this park because I'm telling you about my French teacher. Anyway, so yesterday we learned a couple of rules, and then we moved past them, and then I got confused about them again, which is completely normal. It's very rare for something complex to be just understood and remembered right then and there. That's just not how the brain works. It wasn't my working memory, it slipped and I lost it. So I didn't understand, and she was like, oh, but I've told you that. And I'm thinking, yeah, and I've already forgotten it, which is completely normal again. So there was that. And then, how do I explain this? I'm going to give you a very, very, very basic outline of how we learn and practice something. Yeah, so you understand my next point. So let's say you learn a rule. The next step is to do what we call controlled practice. This is when you do something easy just to make sure you are able to apply this rule in a very simple situation. This is when you put the verb in the correct form, you add the correct ending, you match the beginning of the sentence to the end and stuff like that. This is just an example, yeah, a very simplified one. And the next step is using it in a different situation like writing or speaking, which is a lot more complex. And there can be a lot of in between, but those are the most basic steps, right? And we learned a couple of rules, and then she moved on to speaking. And I needed to have had some controlled practice to make sure I was able to use those rules. Just, I could just put the right verb. That could put the right verb in the correct form and stuff like that, because then it would be a lot easier for me in speaking and it would take a lot less time. So that's a major thing that I'm going to need to bring up with her somehow. I don't know how yet. But overall, I'm really happy. I think she's a great teacher. Just there are some areas for improvement, and it's really cool because I have myself learned a few things from her that I'm going to now apply in my lessons. I got some great ideas for certain activities, and I just learned certain things. Sometimes I think I might rush my students too much. I don't know if that's true. I keep asking them, they say no, but I don't know. But I noticed that I felt rushed, and now I'm going to really pay attention to that, and I'm not going to do that. So that's cool.